Hey everybody, Rachel Teedy here with your evening update on this November 14th, and we are tracking an alert day. So let me bring in Reed Kisselback here because it's everybody's favorite thing, Reed, is on the horizon.
Yeah, everybody who likes this favorite type of precip that's white and called snow.
Yeah, some people are thrilled, some people are not so thrilled.
I know. Well, you got to think about last winter too, right? We were really below average.
Correct.
So the fact that it's coming pretty early, I'm sure some people are overjoyed about.
Probably.
So we're gonna roll with a little bit of the good news side of this one.
You know what? I love that for us.
But I'll still give you all the info too, so you're not freaking out at home. So what we have going on outside right now in Amsterdam, we're at 31 degrees. It's a little bit of a breeze from the northwest, so the wind chill makes it feel like we are sitting in the 20s. So obviously the jacket's going to be needed to go. Tomorrow, not seeing the snow. It's a cold start. You can see temperature starting out in the low 20s, higher elevations probably in the teens. And note the steady increase in cloud cover as we get into the afternoon. Evening time highs will be about 10 degrees below from where they're supposed to be for this time of year, which is still in the low 50s. So, weather checklist for Wednesday morning. These are some things you might want to actually start to look for and or dig out because it is the first widespread snow of the season. We're talking about winter jacket, maybe the snow brush, have the umbrella with you for later in the day, dig out the shovel, and of course, some hat and gloves. So, first warning alert day for Wednesday, because it is the first widespread snow. We'll have a wintry mix to our south of rain and snow. What this is going to lead to is a sloppy morning commute. So you're going to want to give yourself that extra time and plan accordingly for this. Here's a look at our snowfall forecast. You can see kind of just based off the totals on this, where we're expecting to see more snow than we are that mix of rain and snow. So off to our north into Hamilton, parts of Warren, northern Saratoga, northern Fulton County, 46 inches. And getting to an inch or less as you get closer towards Kingston, where you're seeing that changeover from snow to rain fairly quickly. And so this is what we're going to be watching for the next few days as the models continue to update. It's going to depend on how soon. This is why it's a trickier forecast for the first widespread snow. They couldn't get the meteorologists break naturally, but just how soon we're going to see that changeover from just snow to a mix of rain and snow as those temperatures start to climb above freezing. So that's what we're going to be watching for. You can see Albany locally 1 to 3 inches of snow falling as we get through Tuesday night and Wednesday afternoon. So dry outside right now on the satellite and radar. We have some cloud cover pushing in at the moment. This is where our system's at right now. You can see it's actually giving some snow out in Kansas and some moisture extending all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico. That will continue to develop and push its way into our region, like we said, later in the day tomorrow. So 7 a.m. Tuesday morning, your morning commute, fine, no issues, plenty of sunshine, a little chilly, cloud cover increasing. Your evening commute home Tuesday, no issues. You don't need to worry about any snow in regards to that. That chance for snow doesn't look to get here till closer towards around 8 p.m. And you can see it's mainly for just parts of Schoharie County, in the parts of Greene, southern Albany, and southern Montgomery County. Maybe a few light sprinkles in parts of Columbia and southern Berkshire County. But it's really going to become more so consistent and steady as we get towards 10 p.m. You can see 10 o'clock, steadier snow off to our south. We'll start to push into the region, and we're going to see that changeover of just snow to a mix of rain and snow as we get towards Albany South in the early morning Wednesday hours here. So this is that time window that we're watching for here. How soon exactly this changeover will happen will impact on how much snow that we get. If we change over earlier, the snowfall totals will cut down. So this is one of the things we're watching for. But as you get to the Wednesday morning commute, you can see some spots dealing with rain. So it's going to be a wet snow that you might be dealing with on the ground. Off to the north, Warren County, northern Saratoga, Hamilton County, still dealing with snow. And everywhere in between, as you get up into the hill towns, you have that mix of snow and rain. So a heavy wet snow to deal with for the morning commute. By noontime, look to be mainly transition over to rain showers with the exception of Hamilton, Fulton, parts of northern Saratoga, and Warren County, where the temperatures are still cooler. We'll be staying with snow in those higher elevations. Drying out by 5 o'clock. So your 5 o'clock commute home, good. It's more so the morning part that we'll be watching for us here. So tonight, 22 degrees, clear and cold. The winds that we saw earlier in the day, those breezy conditions that made it feel a little more chilly, diminishing. Tomorrow, 40, some morning sun, then increasing clouds, colder than normal, since the highs are going to be near 40 degrees. And you can see we have an alert day for Wednesday with that mix of rain and snow, high of only 39, overnight lows sitting down to around 30 again. Thursday, a chance for a few Rain showers in the valleys, spotty snow in the higher elevations, a high of 42, 41 on Friday. Definitely feeling more winter-like and cold as we head into the weekend, 38 and 40, only low down into the low 20s.
And I feel like we should mention, too, that snowfall map that you showed earlier, that is the only one that is valid at this point.
Correct. Look for the date on it.
Yes.
Yes.
If you don't see a date on maps that are circulating online, that is the wrong one, because people do that. They will steal the old maps and say like 12, 18 inches and say, oh, this is what's going to happen.
They kind of like to fear monger a little bit. So this is an important one. Like, it's not our biggest snowstorm, but you still should be aware that it's going to be snowing
Right.
when you get up Wednesday, and it's the first widespread snow. Sometimes people are a little rusty on how to deal with the snow for the first one of the season. So that's why we got the alert day up there.
Right. And if you see a map online that shows 12 inches for this snowstorm,
no,
don't believe
that's
it.
a lie.
That's completely false. All right, great. Thank you, Reed. I'm going to kick you out because we are going to talk a little bit about some headlines that are topping our list of stories here today. The first one has to do with Chad Brown. And you guys might remember this story from earlier this year. Chad Brown has spent a lot of time in the winner's circle. Today, he was in the defendant's seat. He's a renowned horse trainer. He pleaded guilty to a reduced charge related to a confrontation at his home last summer. Brown's attorney says he likes their odds if they went to trial, but they accepted the deal to the violation so Brown can move forward with his family and with his business. Brown will be 44 next month, and he was accused of criminal obstruction of breathing for an incident at his Saratoga Springs home in August. The victim told police that she had a key to his house and let herself in while he was in bed with another woman. She told officers that he pushed her down the stairs and started choking her. But through his attorney, Brown described things much differently, saying the woman was not invited and wasn't supposed to have a key to his house. Today in court, the assistant district, I should say, said there were some potential problems with witness statements and evidence and offered Brown a plea to harassment, which does not come with a criminal record. Our second story of the night has to do with the New York Attorney General announcing a crackdown on ammunition sellers who are doing business illegally. Attorney General Tish James said her office sent cease and desist orders to 39 ammunition sellers, including 2 based here in New York. That says that they have been illegally shipping ammunition directly to New York residents and failing to keep records of the sales. New York's SAFE Act prohibits direct online sales of ammunition to New Yorkers. Ammunition is supposed to be sold in person by a licensed firearms dealer or a registered seller. So starting today, imitation guns in New York, they have to be easy to spot. They can't be black, blue, silver, or aluminum. Instead, they have to be clear or in bright colors that stand out. Governor Hochul said there are some limited exceptions. She called them common sense exceptions for special use. That includes imitation weapons that can be used in theater. She said those are okay. Finally, a story that you're seeing only on 13. This is a really sweet story. Parents in Hudson Falls calling it a miracle that their baby is happy and healthy after she decided to greet the world on the Northway last week. Sarah Den says William Judson even had the wherewithal to get off the Northway at the next exit as a little baby was making her appearance. So William called 911, walked her through what to do. He tied off the umbilical cord and made sure that little Brooklyn was warm on that cold November morning. William says the head nurse at the hospital later told him that I owe you some of my paycheck. Baby's name is Brooklyn. One of her middle names is Liberty, which is named in respect to where she came into the world, her parents' Jeep Liberty. So congratulations to little Brooklyn Liberty and her parents. Love that story. So cute. Well, we're going to have a lot more stories for you tonight. In addition to our top stories here, we're going to be tracking that forecast that Reed was talking about, that hour-by-hour breakdown of when you might see that snow, plus more top stories heading your way coming tonight at Live 9 and 11.